getting weaker. Magnetic field is getting weaker. Magnetic field is getting weaker.
Despiértanse. Si están durmiendo, despiértanse. Si están descansando, camínense. Ya es hora de amanecer. Se termina la obra. Que se levanten todos. Ni uno ni dos grupos queda atrás de los demás. Continuamos nuestro camino y veremos de nuevo la ciudad donde hemos venido. En la ciudad de mis ancestros, donde se consagraron, donde recogieron visiones, donde recogieron poderes, los hombres sabios visionarios, los mayas eternos. De aquellos años, esta tierra era un paraíso, poblado de selvas vírgenes y animales. La tierra es nuestra madre. En su vientre corren los ríos. Son las venas. Es donde recogemos nosotros la vida, que el agua es la sangre de nosotros. Así es nuestra madre tierra. La tierra está viva. Despiértanse.
Now, the shifting of the poles of the axis, however it is to take place, it is this world that the Maya wish to speak to you about, for they know it well. They remember their past, and they remember both of these pole shifts that science has recorded in recent times. According to the Maya, they lived through both of them, and they have been on Earth for at least 26,000 years. Science cannot contradict that because they don't know where they came from and they don't know anything about them. But according to Don Alejandro, in the last pole shift, millions of people died simply because they didn't understand what was happening. If they only knew and understood the situation, they could have easily transformed their experience into something of strength and grace and beauty. But Don Alejandro says that if they don't understand what is occurring and enter into fear, they can easily die. And so he wants to talk to you about this. Don Alejandro also speaks about 30 hours of darkness that happens at this moment when the poles shift. There are some people out there, I'm aware, that speak about 3 days of darkness. The Mayans say no, it's not 3 days, it's 30 hours. He says that, Don Alejandro says, that everything goes black and one cannot even see the stars at night. Or in other words, we go blind. He says it is during this period that so many people died because of fear that entered into their experience. But he also says that if one were to not worry and simply stay still and just relax, everything returns back, your sight comes back, everything returns to normal, and it only takes 30 hours. So this is another thing that the Mayan people want you to understand is during this change, don't go into fear. It's nothing to be afraid of. But of course, after the poles shift, where you are located on the surface of the Earth is now probably completely different relative to the equator than before the shift began. You are now probably living in a new and different environment located on the Earth, and this must immediately be evaluated. You've got to figure out where you are, or you could die just from extreme cold or extreme heat. This is another thing he wanted you to know. Now, one piece of the Mayan prophecy that has been told, which the world calls doomsday, but there is something far more important. How do we understand how to be during a physical pole shift and directly afterwards? For the Maya, it is a vibration that comes from within your heart. And this vibration is in perfect resonance to the heart of the earth, the heart of the sun, and the heart of the universe. If we learn to live within this vibration, the living earth will make certain that we extend ourselves into the new world.
It is said by the Mayan people who have lived through a pole change before that the full change only happens within several minutes. It's very fast. But there will be a couple of days of full darkness. And it is at this time that it's very important for us to stay in the heart. Gather your families and just be in love and stay calm. Do not give over to fear. It's all going to be okay. And when the sun rises again, you will see a new earth. Many people do not understand how the world will shift. And it brings us a lot of fear, wondering if there will be mass destruction. There will be some natural disasters, but when have humanity not lived through natural disaster? It happens all the time. Planet Earth has a very hard center. And around the planet is hot lava, much like a ball bearing with grease around it. And the crust of the Earth sits on top of that grease or that lava. And when the poles change, everything will not move. The center will hold strong, and the crust of the earth will simply move. It's not going to be as tragic as we all think. Mother will stretch and move and fall into her perfect state, and heaven will truly be here, and we will see and live in that state as well. The shift has already begun. The poles are already starting to move, and large amount of energies are coming to planet Earth. If we do not change and stay living from the mind and ego, we will be removed, because we are killing Mother Earth. It is a universal law that Mother Earth will go on, but it is up to us whether we go with her or not. All we are asked to do is be love. That is it. It is so easy, and your soul will always lead you in the right direction.
And so for you who are watching this, understand that you have made it. You are going to go to another level of consciousness beyond your wildest dreams. It will happen. And I just want to thank you. I want to thank you for having trust in yourself and believing in yourself and having the courage to continue in spiritual work. Even though against all odds, I know your families have probably tried to stop you and everything else because it doesn't make sense in the normal world. But thank you so much for everything that you have done in your life to bring this into reality. And all of us, we're going to be together in another level of existence very soon, and at which point we will meet in another way. So thank you from my heart to your heart. Thank you for your lives, and thank you for everything that you have done in your lives.